What's up everybody, ManBearCow here, back with another video teaching Warlocks how to get the Rune of Incinerate. This task will be the same for all factions and all races, and will send us to defeat an Orc Warlock named Gar'im, who hangs out in a cave in southeast Redridge Mountains. If you are an Alliance Warlock, you'll have a very easy time. You just have to fly to Lakeshire and then walk your way to the cave. However, if you are a Horde, you will have quite a journey, and some of you may not know how to get there, so I'm going to explain to you. There are two fairly common ways to get there, and both of them will begin at Gromgol Village in northern Stranglethorn Vale. You can get here by taking a Zeppelin from Orgrimmar or Undercity. Once you reach Gromgol Village, this is where you can choose two different pathways. The first option is to follow the main road north out of Stranglethorn Vale, and as you enter Duskwood, you will want to follow the main road north until you come to a fork in the road that heads east or west. You will want to leave the road and then hug the mountain range as you head northeast to exit the zone. Leaving the road is necessary because the road will head directly through an alliance town called Darkshire. Once you get to the northern end of Duskwood, you will follow the river east. At the northeast end of Duskwood, you can rejoin the road and follow it into Redridge Mountains. Once you enter Redridge Mountains, you will want to follow the mountain range along the south, heading east until you reach the cave. Now, if you're like me, you can take the other route, which will have you heading northwest out of Gromgol Village. We are going to swim to the northwest, past the islands, until we exit Stranglethorn Vale. We will follow the shoreline north until we enter Westfall. Shortly after entering Westfall, we will climb on the shore and then head east up the hills. We will follow this pathway east behind the dead mines. And hopefully you don't run into any hostile alliance characters like I did, who made sure to camp my corpse so that I couldn't resurrect myself with a soul stone. I mean, they pretended to run away and I took the bait and resurrected, and they came back and killed me again. So at that point I thought, well, I still have quite a bit of running to do, and the spirit healer actually brings me closer to where I need to be, so I went ahead and resurrected myself at the spirit healer. Otherwise, I would have just kept heading east until I reached the river line at the end of Westfall. Then I would follow the river line north until I reach a junction in the river where Westfall, Duskwood, and Elwyn Forest come together. At this point, you will follow the river east, and it's up to you if you prefer to swim or if you prefer to run on the Elwyn shoreside or the Duskwood shoreside. Again, watching out for hostile alliance characters. It did seem like there were some other warlocks out there that were quite intent on preventing me from being able to get my warlock stone. And some people might get frustrated and say, well, why are you playing on a PvP server? Well, in my opinion, a PvP server is the way the game is meant to be played. And yeah, it can definitely be frustrating to get attacked and killed when you're trying to complete an objective, but for me, it's all part of the challenge. On a non-PvP server, just about anybody can take this journey as long as they avoid high-level mobs. But no, my journey required me to get past at least two other warlocks out there who were intent on preventing me from reaching my goal. So this also added an extra element of danger and excitement to my journey. And then imagine how I felt when I finally reached the cave, but I saw an Alliance rogue head inside before me. Was this rogue gonna hide and wait for me, only to pop out when I least expect it? So I hid behind a tree stump and waited for him. And fortunately, he completed whatever he was trying to do in there and ended up leaving. So as you reach the southeastern part of Redridge Mountains, you will enter an area called Render's Valley. And in Render's Valley, you will find a cave. It's just a small cave, enough room for 3 or 4 Orc Warlocks to hang out together. So you will likely want to have your Voidwalker to help you out here. You will need to eliminate the Orc Warlock named Incinerator Gar'im. He's not too difficult on his own, but what makes him difficult is that he's surrounded by other Warlocks and a few nearby patrols outside, so you may need to clear the area out first. But once you eliminate Incinerator Gar'im, all you do is loot the rune, right click, and there you go. You have Incinerate. But don't pop your Hearthstone just yet, because since you're in this area, you might want to pick up another item that will help you with your Metamorphosis rune. But you will want to head north of your current location to the Tower of Ilgalar. At the top of the tower, sitting on a table next to a box, is the Orb of Dez. You will need to loot this item and hold on to it as part of the requirements to get your Metamorphosis rune. Fortunately, you do not need a quest in order to pick up the Orb of Dez. So if you're already in the area to collect your Rune of Incinerate, you might want to stop by the tower to pick up your orb and hold on to it until you're ready to get the Metamorphosis rune. And that rune will have a lot of requirements, which we'll talk about in another video. If you found this video helpful, show us some love down below in the comments. And if you're feeling generous, you may want to consider sending us a super thanks. A super thanks is a great way to show us your thanks if these videos have saved you any time or frustration. You might also consider joining the channel with a monthly subscription. They start at $2.99 and you can receive exclusive perks like early access to videos before they're released to the general public. This is Beetlejuice on behalf of ManBearCow, signing out, saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.